Play action. It's Darnold. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The Panthers had 1-6 now. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Now Chandler. And he is going to lose yardage here. The lineup losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Now Sterling Hoffrichter set to punt.
Back deep, Jarvis Landry. This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And mark him down, really up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Darnold now to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
27 yards there, a first down. From the 50, it's Darnold. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Here's Darnold. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Throwing again is Darnold. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Darnold from the red zone now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Back to the air, Darnold on second down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. McCaffrey. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Saints will have the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And some space here. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Silva. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
Off the play fake. Silva.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Looking to throw. Silva. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
Landry now on the return. It'll be a 39-yard punt. The return, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Tommy Tremble, the intended target.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
McCaffrey following the penalty.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This one caught out wide by Landry. Touchdown, Panthers. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his ramp, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
To throw on second down. Silva. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Silva. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. He's going to look deep for more. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Off-play action. Silva. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Silva. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw again.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They run. It's Kamara. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Past the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Darnell Mooney,
as the first half is winding down.
And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. He's got a man, complete, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina.
Terrace Marshall
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Silva. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. That's out to the left and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He completes it to Olave. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Silva. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Off play action. Silva rolling to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. Here we go with Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
On 1st down, Silva going to throw deep for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darnell Mooney with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. They've done a good job of holding him down in the 1st half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Lutz with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain?
And this throw will be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore. 36 yards.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Wants to try to end the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On third, here's an option play right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. This one quickly into the hands of Landry. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Darnold. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Silva drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Silva rolling to his left. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Off the play fake. Silva. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Darnold on 3rd down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
Faking the give, Darnold. Touchdown!
Tommy Tremble.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Silva. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Silva. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Off the play fake. Silva.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
Off play action. Silva. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. Off the play fake. Silva. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Saints 28. Austin Seibert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
And this is going to be, oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Panthers, it's a rare win, just their second in these first 8 games.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.